Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Asturias, the empire that is created by Osorio. Yes, our old man of the empire is still with us, Osorio, the founder of Hispania, the father of Spain, and most of all, based on a number of prestige of the level of fame and the piety for his level of devotion, he is perhaps the greatest ruler of our time. Quite possibly my first great ruler of the many playthroughs that is to come in the future of Crusader Kings 3. He is 72 now, in which he's still feeling alright, but not alright in the head. Because you see, he's been under a lot of stress lately. He had a stress level of 2, but it's been reduced as of recent. Not going to report consecrate bloodline. Oh, I'll do that in a moment. And yeah, I gotta repay this loan. Send back the money to that man. I forgot I owed him that. And these past battles, that was from the Crusade for Burgundy, which Burgundy now is under the control of my daughter Aldonza, which she's married matrimonially and already has children. She is a Crusader queen. And I hope you bring the Catholic faith back to the way it should be. Novgorodians disarmament subjugation war. Oh no. If they get that, then where's Novgorod to be exact? Oh, wait a minute, that's you that's attacking. I thought it was Novgorod that's attacking. Must have misread. Where are you exactly? Oh, that tiny place? Yeah. And yes, Denmark has a holding over there. Far separated, but it's conquered by the Vespasians. And the further east you go, especially down in India. Which, by the way, that India reminded me. For you viewers that had voted on my poll that was on my channel, which was to decide whether I should play as Bosnia or India, here's another thing that should keep well in mind, and that's the development. I mean, obviously, you know, considerable development here, and hardly has ever changed ever since we left Asturias. Yeah, better development in Italy. Whereas if I was going to be playing as Bosnia, the lands aren't too developed up in the mountains, but slightly better in northern Croatia and down in Dalmatia, because, you know, it's ran by Greeks. They know their stuff. And of course, Constantinople with a higher development. That and Baghdad's got pretty good development there. But look at India. Perhaps the entire subcontinent's got good development, except for the very central and right by the Thar Desert, or up in Assam, where along basically the entire Indo-Gangetic Plain, where the development is pretty good up here, including the ancient capital of Patliputra. And yet, when you go down to central India, where it's kind of almost to the level of Asturias in development. And then until you go down to Tamil Nadu, then development's up in the 20s, which is basically on par with the development of the Indo-Gangetic Plain region. It seems only in Gujarat, central, the Deccan region, even in Andhra Pradesh, and there in Bangladesh, as we know that part today, it has decent development. But we say decent as in a standard of the time from the beginning of the 867 start date until now. So let me see, 34 compared to Rome with 37. Constantinople is 37, so basically the most developed places in the world is there. I guess Baghdad too. and India, Indo-Gangetic Plain, and Tamil Nadu. So just wanted to point that out. Now let's get back to the series at hand. I got a lot of stress reduction to do. I'm getting real old, but unfortunately I may outlive my wife, who really supported me for a long time. And since she's my lover, and once she dies, my stress is going to go way up. So before that even happens... Oh, and I got a lot of money, prestige, and piety earned since we won first place in the Crusade. But I still would like to do another holy war in the near future for Lombardy, so that one day we would usurp the Kingdom of Italy. So that way I would like to have ownership for Italy as well, as part of our expanding empire. Don't know about going down to Sicily. I was about to say Magna Graecia, but that was an old habit from an older game. What? I don't know about that. But remember, Rome is still under the control of Serhan, the cadet branch of the Abbasids. Which we will build our strength up. Which I'll tell my council to organize levies to increase the reinforcement rate, while we get a bit more taxes before we get back to promoting culture again. Because I'm about to spend some money. And since we're not plotting anything right now, just disrupt schemes again. Oh, and invite knights, because a lot of good men died in the war. And now let's consecrate bloodline. By showing sufficient devotion and gathering the favor of the clergy, I can ensure that my dynasty is forever enshrined as a holy bloodline under divine protection. And I will gain the trait Paragon, which every religious vassal, including my patriarch, will respect me. But I will gain big time stress because I'm humble. Oh, okay. Wait for that for the moment. The Pope is 100% liking me. Yes, yes, yes. But our fervor is rather low, but it'll jump up when I do it as such, so let me work off some stress first. And the general opinion may go down a little. Let's go. As I finish yet another lap around my castle, I can already feel my worries dripping off me together with the sweat. Some people say I run from my problems, but I say I run towards solutions. A 72-year-old man can keep up with the best. Another lap. That's step one. I'll lose even more stress as I'm no longer overwhelmed by stress. And then, after the hunt, then we go on the feast. And then after the feast, we host the grand rite. And then after that, we're going to consecrate the damn bloodline. Hell yeah! And of course, in the meanwhile, we'll be making... Woof! I'm going to need to mass ransom everybody. One character? Well, we may have to look at the criminals at the moment. And with the establishment of a proper Catholic queen in Burgundy, the faithful can rest easy, knowing that St. George is smiling upon our good works, and the fact that the new ruler of Burgundy belongs to my dynasty is only further proof of our divine favor. It's time to focus back on my realm, and my well-being, in my body and mind, in which I'm going to go pick up that perk, mental resilience, eventually, then start washing my hands, and have a massive boost for disease resistance and fertility, and be more healthy, and then be even more healthy. Hope I shall live long for that. And if I do happen to live up all the way up to 80, I'm going to have to change my appearance. The woods is truly the mantle of the poor, but as the bear flees in panic from foraging peasants, I feel my patience is wearing thin. Surely there must be better things to do in Zamora than picking roots and mushrooms. Are there bears in Spain? Just wondering. For any of you Spanish, Castilian, Asturian, Leonese, Galician, Portuguese, Catalan viewers, if any of you, wherever you are, in the entire Iberian Peninsula, are there bears in this region? Anyways. No, don't do that. I got money. More fighting. A generous donation shall keep them away long enough. Parlez-vous français? The hunt has ended. Now, let's go have a feast. My dear wife Yadvika has been working hard to ensure that everything about the feast goes smoothly. Food arrives on time. Guests are all seated in the right place. Everyone seems content. With Yadvika beside me at the great table, everything is ready. I squeeze her hand and smile at her before rising to the start of the celebration. I wonder how she's a sadistic woman who is stubborn and yet very good to me. What I would have done without her. Yeah, what I would have done without her. You have fighting skills? You could be my chancellor. My lord, the wine we cracked open next to him. It's gone bad. It's all gone bad. The feast is still raging, but without the drink, the mood would dwindle at a cool pace. Well, time to crack open my secret stores. Because you know I'm a famous reveler. I like to party. That's why I can never take a vow of celibacy. Despite my famous, world-renowned piety. Now I'm a legendary reveler. Food, drink, and intoxication are both healthy and mind. Hoster denies himself nothing and is the nexus of every feast. Compared to the old, which is +3, 2, this +4, +3. Opinion of revelers gone up to 20 now. And I would love to be a legendary hunter one day, if time were to allow. Now it's time to host a grand rite. But first, as I step over the threshold to my court physician, Lane's office, I find him bent deeply over a book. This translation of Hippocrates is atrocious, he says with a sigh. If I were to follow these instructions, I'm as likely to cure my patients as I am to kill them outright. Well, I don't have the best knowledge. Even though I would love to get faster progress. Plus cynicism or zealousness. I don't think it really matters together. Also, that reminds me, and I guess I should have done this before. Need the patronage for faster fastenization. So we can get this thing in about 9 years. Oh, it does increase when you do that. I thought it wasn't supposed to do that. Well, let me have a look. I helped translate the text and gained 300 learning lifestyle experience. Bingo! As my fellow witches arrive in Cordoba, I catch a glimpse of an unfamiliar face. When I go meet my grandson, Osorio Velasquez. Oh, you just turned 16 recently. You'll do alright. So, he introduces a strange one as Ileana. They are old acquaintances, as it turns out, in Osorio. Haven't I seen you before? Well, I'm a legendary rebel. The more the merrier. You'll do. As the moon rises and heavens heralding his arrival, I can feel my body responding to the strange energies in the air. The silhouettes around the great bonfire are silent, unmoving, waiting for that which is to come. As the host is gathering, it's up to me beginning a ritual. I will... once again, read from an ancient memoir. The old words are strange, and yet they speak to me on an instinctive level. They weave in a chanting pattern full of beauty and promise. My guests are utterly spellbound. As I close the grimoire of a dramatic gesture, their cheers are up through the glade. Now that the main ceremony is finished, my guests and I are free to worship as it pleases. Diplomacy. I mean, stress reduction all the way would be good, but I'm about to consecrate bloodline. I should be alright. But if I do need another diplomacy perk, actually go for that. Let's go through to instruct me in the art of charm. Yes, that. More intrigue, more learning. I need to start befriending people again. Because I ain't got many friends. Hey. Yep, start making friends again. Don't befriend your fellow knights. They'll get killed and I will feel sad over them. My guests and I have worshipped the Horn God, exchanged sacred knowledge and tied deep bonds. My mind is still buzzing with new ideas, while my body is in desperate need of rest. A warm bed has never felt so tempting. May he watch over us until the next great rite. See you in the next 10 years. It's been the second annual Grand Rite of Cordova. Yeah, it's going to cause a big stress increase because I am humble. But most importantly, it gets me quite a bit of renown for it. But I will get the trait of Paragon. And it'll cost a lot of piety, which we've earned from the Crusade. Perform the final rites. My unwavering devotion towards God's representatives on earth have not gone unnoticed. Pope Lucius has officially recognized my family's contributions and consecrated our name as eternal defenders of the Catholic faith. Virtue without fault. And I finally have earned the nickname The Anointed. Yes, that is the best nickname I could think of for this character, based on his contributions to ending the Reconquista, bringing Italy back in the Catholic faith, well, soon, for Rome particularly, and restoring Catholicism in Western Europe. Osorio the Anointed, the Witch Emperor, who is also a Crusader, a legendary reveler, and a up-and-coming great hunter. Which he's still doing alright. Also, all these other prisoners that I cannot ransom. Oh, nothing. Page. We'll have a look at you. Any of you good fighters? Because we're looking for some knights to recruit that are males. Hey. We need good fighters, regardless of faith and culture. Not him. Get him in too. I don't know about him. Come on in too. Come on. You too, you ugly bastard. Oh, I cannot recruit him? To negotiate release? Oh, he's a bishop. Renowned physician. And he's my rival. Watch your step now. Because we're forcibly recruiting you as knights. Because we are in a shortage of good knights. Now we're employing anyone that wishes to join the Asturian army. Excuse me, Hispanian army. Regardless of faith and culture. Oh, yes. Even though she has a bliss, but she's an eager reveler. Anything to reduce my stress, because it's gone back up after I... Well... You know. Again, let's review what we got. And yes, I'm putting my son and her back on the front. Because, as I said, we're in a shortage of good fighters. And yes, we even made a Slavic pagan lunatic to fight in our army now. I got money. It's your business. I look forward to this. Consecrated blood. Yeah, I didn't notice that. Consecrated blood. Yes, it's going to remain in our bloodline. It's kind of like a saintly bloodline of sorts, like as if I'm a living saint. Holy warrior! But, unfortunately, he's a bleeder. And he's ailing. Well, do come in. Come in, come in. My vassal Duchess, Goto. I don't want to say go to because that sounds too English. Anyways, she has arrived at my castle with a grand procession of well-dressed diplomats, knights, and exotic entertainers. The fellowship resembles a parade led by Goto herself. In a booming voice, she announces that she is here to pay homage. She comes bearing gifts of gold. Such generosity is hard to find on the subject. Her loyalty is truly something to trust. What's your opinion towards me? We make plenty of money. Keep the gold. Your friendship is enough. Diplomacy, lifestyle, experience. Even though I'm not going back to that path. Unless I live long enough and get this. And then maybe, perhaps I'll switch back. And get patriarch. I don't know. I don't know what would be good. Oh, here's another thing I should spend my money on. Increase the size of all men-at-arms. Now it's a little more expensive than usual. With the upkeep and whatnot. Yeah, we have up to 2,000. And I'm thinking, should we just save up for this? Or this? The piety's fine now. And so is the prestige. Because we're a bigger country than ever. And the fertility's fine. We have lots of children. Honestly, I'm actually going to keep going to this path. Don't know about all the way to house guards. I don't know about that one. Because the monthly martial lifestyle experience would be great the next time we were to have a warrior ruler again. So I'm keeping it. As my eyes meets Duchess Precosa? Oh, Precosa. I don't know how you say that name. For what feels like the 20th time tonight. I know I'm not imagining things. Yet from the other end of the table, her gaze is filled as tense as the midday sun. She wants me. And I can feel my body responding, awakening. But Duke Bernardo, her husband, my vassal, is also here tonight. No! My heart remains pure. Don't you know I'm the anointed one? Well, don't say that too much. Otherwise, that would be considered blasphemous. Comparing yourself to the Lord and Savior. But I am the longest lived ruler of all time. At least, in this dynasty's history. I don't know. Rekan. Organizer. By God, this party is boring. I wonder why I haven't had many. Gerald has got to be the worst host the world has ever seen. How can mortal man be expected to endure this snoring celebration of mediocrity? My eyes cast about the room looking for any diversion. Delonta gives me a friendly wave from the nearby balcony. I got something to stop this evening dragging. The vassal, the most serene public events. Bad idea. Yeah, let's get to know her better, even though we assassinated your many husbands. Hey, what happened to Hunter? Oh, yeah, he got killed. We wanted to spread our dynasty this year, but that's not to be. Perhaps I'll get to know her better. I don't want to dance because I would make a fool out of myself. Yes, more friends. That's what I need in life. More friends. Oh, we ain't got no position right now, or we do still? Maybe I should befriend him too. cadet branch. I'm waiting for the right opportunity whenever they're busy. Okay, defending against for a claim on the Arabian Empire. Oh boy, look at these attackers. Let me see this. Oh, we better jump at this opportunity right now. This dwarf sultan, who has lover's box, he's an adulterer, he's a sensuous. Good God, man. Are you sure the stuff that he does is a sin? Wait, I was content about the here and now, but this is our best shot at getting Rome. They're fighting for claimants of the Arabian Empire. Prince Kadir of the Kadirid dynasty. Cadet branch of the Tulanid, famous dynasty of an Egyptian origin, which is also a dwarf. Do all the Egyptian Arabs have dwarfs of some kind? Well, 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 they successfully took Jerusalem at some point. When did this occur? It's been under control of Paulician Greeks instead of Orthodox. Wait a minute, gee. Even before the Crusades, I mean, they were Orthodox and they were Paulicians. And then Sultan Walid conquered. So, as I said, this is probably our best opportunity to get at them right now. Even these guys are busy. There's no one to stop us this time. Oh, and by the way, you may want to move that rally point up to here. So in this upcoming conflict, what we can do is think with your words, man. A county war for Rome, and all we gotta do is capture it and hold it, and if any armies come, we'll beat them back every time. So we'll keep our forces at split. But if they somehow come to our land, be it Sardinia, Syria, or even Granada, all the way up to Cordoba, the imperial capital, then we shall beat them back. When raised, it's going to cause a lot, because we just, raised it. But I'll tell you what, after battlements, I'm thinking about going for the Caballeros, finally. Because when you compare it, when you compare it, they do better in hills, compared to the regular light horsemen. We know that Italy is a hilly country. We're gonna do this. This is our best opportunity. Rome will be under Catholic control once again, but I will hold it. I'm not going to give it back to papacy because we're not going to give Rome away until it's fully Catholic. Anybody good with sieging? You take charge. No. Excuse me. I need someone to get this done fast. take the entire willow. We will remain in our position with the other army. I should really not be on the front line. I'm getting too old for this sort of thing. But I will remain here. The supply limit here is very good. No breach yet. Keep working. There we go. Here's something. Desertion. Got another year. After learning that Osiri will be attending the dance in the castle town of Oristano, I decided that it would be a perfect occasion to pass by to ensure I get some face-to-face with him. The ball was exquisite and Osorio, which by the way, not to be confused with me, that's Osorio Velasquez. So he put on a fine show. Afterward I told him how impressed I was, and we got to talking, and by the time I left, it felt as though we had known each other a lifetime already. What a good day. Who else wants to be my... Oh, I remember. The physician. I want to befriend him because he's been good to me. People that I trust the most are going to be my friends. And after him, the Croatian patriarch. Even though I would rather have someone better, but I don't want to risk it. Why is it called an earldom? Anglo-Saxon culture. Hey. Can I assign you a guardian? Like her. You. And convert that culture. We speak Asturianese in this house. None of that old English crap. Catholic Bulgarian. Bulgarsk. Is Catholicism really spreading? No? Next time, if I'm ever going to appoint somebody from my dynasty, and yes, we even have a holding in Ireland as well. Perhaps the next crusade for England sounds like a good idea after all, but I don't know. I do not know. I have a small breach now. Sickness is spreading. They're starving. Rampant disease now. There we go. And now some desertions. What do I want after the fascination for this innovation is complete? Caballeros or new siege weapons? This is a level 10 fort because county capital, keep alerting. Ah, it's Rome, you know. That's why. Caballeros. hit. Oh, negotiating lines. Another one wouldn't hurt. This is it. Big loot. And are you worth a damn? Okay. Okay, we got Rome. All we need to do is hold it for a while. Sheikdom of Escatarum. Tiberius and Acker for their guys. Hope you win. And I'm sure the Mush Greeks and Bedouins won't be happy when there's an Egyptian Arab running things. Also, speaking of fascinations, knowing that the fascinations, like we know that the Asturias culture, we're not quite to the high medieval yet, but for the Greeks, in about 5 months they reach high medieval. Not yet for them, almost there for them. The Egyptians are on their way to the high medieval. And what about the highly developed areas of India? Would they have better chance of getting? Bengali or high medieval? So it is the Hindustani. Rajput as well. And mind you, they start at 1050 when it's become high medieval. Not quite there for the Telugus. The Sahalis are in high medieval. Kannada. Marathi is on their way. Gujarati. I think it's a lot easier to have a vaster advance of technology in India as well, thanks to its developed areas. And they're still behind. And whereas in other minority cultures like the Bosnians, they're a bit behind. I think they're just about as much behind as we are. But the Italians are in high medieval. French are on their way. They're still Norse, but Norwegian and Swedes exist, as they're still obviously tribal. Not there for Anglo-Saxons. Obviously Poles are still. And them too for the Avars. Bulgarians are a bit behind. Sicilians are in the high medieval now. Not quite there for the Sardinians. And one more culture I want to look at. I'm sure because they're still tribal. And we figured, nope, they're still behind. Way behind. Oh, and who could forget the Somalis, which, despite reforming their faith, they have not really advanced on the tech here. And I'm sure all of it is still under tribal era still, for the most part. And that includes the Russians. So I just want to look at that real quick, just to remind you. Especially my interest of the future when I play as either somewhere in India or, you know, Bosnian future, in the far future of Crusader Kings 3 here on the Lord Master channel. Pretty much tells you about the advances of technology, what it'll be like around the 1050s after you start on 867. Anyways, get back to the program and the war. Okay, we got Rome. Stand back. For now, we will hold our positions. Let the Arabs come back to attempt to retake Rome while we will sit here and be content with what we got. And today I was given a grave news. Not great, but grave. My wife Yadvika has fallen ill with cancer. I fear this is the end. Only a miracle can save her. The physician wants to know how my wife should be treated. time has come for drastic measures. Successful treatment, and she's lost an eye, but she's near death. Oh, I'm sorry, Jadwiga. It's just... the treatment was successful, but... it was the best that he could do. My secrets are uncomfortable burdens and I could never put down. But if I just share them with someone, it might be lighter to carry. I feel certain that Osorio Velasquez would understand me. Come closer, Osorio. I have something to confess. I'm a murderer. And don't tell anyone. I killed a lot of people. Yes. Something that my wife never ever knew. We're all witches. And I've murdered, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I murdered about 7 people. I'm a big murderer. And I never told my wife this before she passes on. I never told her some of the deepest, darkest secrets. Never. Oh, you're getting Lombardi for me. Thank you. Are you winning? Big time. Yes! And keep it to the true faith. Holy war. Keep going. Just want to see their war score. Ah, Tarasa, you still have leprosy. Well, it's time for you to get it too, and whoop! There goes her leg. She's not feeling well. You and I are going to have a stern talk, despite the fact that you're a renowned physician. But now, it's time for a dance. That's what I need more in my life. More dear friends. And I want to befriend you too, because it's pretty well known of the Astur-Leonese-Croatian connection. Should get this up. It's for quality's sake. And we're losing money fast. And I'm... Now, come on. Give me more extra taxes. Yeah, I need to wash the hands so we can stop getting into courtiers getting diseases. So we don't cut off more limbs. Pushing 75. No sign of them. It's possible I may have to disband one of my armies to have cost-cutting measures. Hajj Pilgrim, is he? But he may soon lose the whole country. He's badly outnumbered. You are beaten. You are beaten. It is useless to resist. Oh no. How can a heart endure this kind of pain without breaking? It cannot be possible. Yet here I am, my heart beating whilst yours gone quiet. Oh, Jadwiga, my honeycomb. Life will not be the same without you. At least the memories remain. I gain much less stress, thanks to, what's the god-forsaken confidants. Each friend less stress gain. Rest in peace, Jadwiga. The loveliest Croatian woman I've ever met. There are many beautiful women in this world, but nothing like you. Never again we will have your talent. Adios. Well, time to marry somebody else. Need someone smart. Because the learning is all I care about. So it's either her or her. Stewardship is good. But she's a genius. Ah, cynical just like my lovely Jadwiga. I know it's sinful in your church. So I'm taking the Greek. Oh no, she's a lunatic. I failed to realize that. I hope she doesn't do something stupid. Well, two things. Keep up with the patronage. That, and also, I don't know much about your lifestyle. I doubt you've done a lot in your life. But, would you like to be friends? Well, first, the patriarch. Oh, finally, that woman kicked a bucket. Never liked her because she owned Calatrava, which that land belongs to me now. But as for these lands, well, we gotta give it to somebody. Who lives in Castellabra? We do partition here. You know what? You hold it. Now, let me see, Calatrava. Is this well invested? It's got tents, some taxes, levies. It's a bit even. But unfortunately, all that money's going into maintenance. And I've earned some of that money after, we inherited some of the money from the dead Duchess. I'm quite happy now. We got the money to maintain. Also, I shouldn't be in command of this army. Take over. I'm gonna go work off some stress. Another lap. Who's there? Are they hostile armies? Yes. Shake them with Roma. Princes against Ravenna. Desperate of Ravenna. You know, that used to be under our control, right? Yes. Inherited. Oh crap, the Waldesians are back, and they're in Tuscany. How dare you embrace the new faith? You'll be dealt with later. Damn you! Convert back. Right now, or else. Orbit. Hello. You're not zealous, are you? You will pay the price in this world. How dare you defy me? One of these days. After a long thinking, I finally decided to invite Doya to come on tour of one of my estates in Burgos. The visit turned out to be even better than I expected. Not only did Durham offer unexpected insight into matters of the estate, but he also kept my mood bright the entire time. He is not only my patriarch, but my friend as well. Now, would you like to be my friend as well? Or better yet, sure, romancing will do. Ugh. Let me sing you a love ballad. I found a classic Greek love ballad which suits Dionysia perfectly. It practices over and over and everything must be perfect. I find my dearest walking in the Cordoba gardens, surrounded by her friends, with my heart beating like a hammer. I kneel before her and sing. Her cheeks turn into a deep pomegranate red, and she does not interrupt me. Her companions all look pleased or jealous. Surely a good sign. You have a beautiful voice, my lord, Dionysia says before she hurries off. Her friends are quick to follow. I stand up on shaking legs, watching them disappear between the hedges. My heart is beating. She won't resist my charms for long. You're going to be on standby because we're going to have to help reconvert Rome once it's under our control. Doyam, I need your assistance. It's the stone of glass again. I'm an old man, and I can't read well as I used to. Now wash your damn hands. No illness is going to get me, and nobody else, too. Yes, you got a hook on me. You know what? Get up there and stop them. I don't want these guys to expand up here while we retake Rome. Stop them. We did him a favor. There's no woman lovelier than Empress Dionysia. In her presence, my words often fail me. None of my couplets ever do her justice. Perhaps a carefully drafted poem better capture her virtues. I will write about her. Oh dear. She's none of these. And she's a lunatic. I think she'll just go with ending. I'll just say her soaring ambition. She does not respond. Okay. You're a loony. Just go about your business. Alright. So many wars you can declare. And there's many prisoners we can ransom. Because we need money. And fast. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh dear. Hope it's not another son. Let's see what's whoa. Byzantium now has retaken Carthage. Tunis. Boy. Descendants of the Abbasids are going to lose their empire to the Egyptian origin dynasty of Emerid, cadet branch of the Tulinids. And my friend just died. Rain is pouring outside. My perceptive Empress Dynasty sighs. She looks out the blurred window. How wretched Cordoba can be. I wish someone would keep me coming during the long and dreary days. Is my spring blossom a cat person or doll person, I wonder? Sure, likes me well enough. Give her a cat. She doesn't like the cat. In real life, I like cats. In fact, I'm going to tell you, this is a rare opportunity to talk about my real life self. I got a couple of cats that live in my backyard. A mother cat and 3 kittens. Actually 4, because she just gave birth to a new one not too long ago. And the elder kittens are... In fact, tomorrow they're going to be, as of this recording, which, let me tell you, on this very recording, on October 2nd, the day after this recording tomorrow, they're going to be 6 months old. And the newborn kitten was born on September 22nd. So there. A little bit of, fact. High Chieftain of Brazil. Catholic Norwegian. Are the pagans really abandoning their old faith and going for Catholicism, or what's going on up there? Has the Christianization of Scandinavia begun or something? Oh, my sweet lady Dionysia, as I know before, my only desire is to bring you honor and happiness. Pray tell me, how can I prove my love to you? Empress Dionysia hesitates and cheeks turn red. By God, hope she's pleased and honored. Slay a wolf for me. Bring its pelt, and we may continue this conversation. Not too much stress because I got friends. Well, I'm too old to be, hunting. I saw a shaggy beast and it's intrigued. I gotta convince it's a dog pelt. She's convinced. Suckers. Don't call your wife a sucker. They are weak right now, so I should consider joining because we're busy retaking Rome. Slowly but surely. It's a son! Oh no! That means he's gonna get the northern half of the empire. But he's Herculean and he's quick. Okay. Alright. Well, shit. Got another child. Oh my, you're a torturer. You've been going for intimidation and now you're going for the seducer route? You are a weird man. I'm still doing alright. I'm feeling fine. In fact, it's about time that I go hunting again. Well, the Crusader is coming in when? In 14 months, so just wait a few months. Every time I close my eyes, I see Empress Dionysia's face. Sleep will not come. I cannot wait another moment. Cloaked in shells, I make my way to the garden outside the living quarters. The sight of Dionysia's chamber window makes my heart stir. Hopeless yet so. Oh. Wait, who's that climbing the tower? A shady figure stops by the window and unmatches. My Rose is danger. I must save her, even though I'm too old to fight. The sounds from the struggle above is the greatest motivator I've ever known. Without the care of life or limb, I hoist myself up in her window. As I feel I plunge into a frozen lake, she is on the floor, the intruder pushing her down. A gleam brave between us. With a roar, I grab the villain by the collar and throw him to the wall. The rest is a blur. When the danger is over, I turn towards her. Dionysus, you alright? Especially as if my words were a spell, she finally unfreezes and throws some arms. Thank God you are here, O Serena. Big prestige gain. No, not to get into harm's way again. I sure know how to romance still. For a man of his age. Where'd you get your stewardship from? Huh, what was that just popped up? Yeah, she's pregnant again. If I get another son, well then, screw it. I mean, have I married that Polish girl, I would have had even more children. Well, what can you do? And when is the crusade coming? Okay, you got 12 months. Tell you what, in 6 months' time, I'll go hunting and feasting. And, hey, what happened to your... Who inherited that? Ah, Galicia inherited that, and Barcelona... Oh, we already had that. Galicia, you did it. Be careful who you marry off to. Right? It's nice to expand our empire every now and again, but this is just getting out of hand. This is getting ridiculous. You may never know that we'll have a holding up in Scotland. Now it's Polish. Perhaps Catholicism is making a comeback in a big way. Now we hope It's Orthodox! Okay, I see what's going on. It's becoming a bit of a competition now. But unfortunately, heretics still rule the land. So now Orthodox, Waldensians, and Catholics are competing for the faithful. And don't mind these guys. I mean, they're not going to be a significant faith. Even Catholicism has reached as far as the Sultanate of Mordvin. Ah, culture title, we assume. It's a Turkic thing. So it's basically a competition for the faithful. How you doing, old friend? They occupied Damascus, Tiberias, Acre, Homs, and Judea. They've won more battles than they have lost. They took the capital. That's Damascus. And very soon, if he wins more battles, at least a few more, then they will win the empire. It's your turn to attack them. Duchess Blanca, the Mandaean. Guards! After all, she's a heretic. I have no sympathy for heretics. Now get back to your post. Nothing in this world is for certain, especially in times of war. The holy war for the sheikdom of Roma is no different, as the conflict is no longer against Caliph Mazar, the Sunni Caliphate, but Malik al-Muzab Qadir of Qadirin instead. So, you have won the empire, huh? You've won the Empire, and you have done reduced it. Well, my goal is still the same. They got plenty of time to rebuild this. Well, not really. And thanks to me being gallant, we shall enforce these demands. Rome is ours once again. We can restore the Pope in Rome, but I don't want to do that yet. Let's make some money, quick. William, get Rome back under our Catholic control. Once it's back, then we'll give the Pope Rome back. And so that way, the Muslims will never return to Italy. Ever again. Hear me? Never again. And I know you got a strong hook on me, friend. Even though I would wish for a better patriarch, but you're my friend. Because I need more friends. Speaking of which... Hey, what are you mad about? Unlawfully executed. Yeah, it was a long offensive war. Hey, how'd you like to be my friend? What else? Hunt and feast. What? The Holy Forest of Vanquish to Rome. It's a sacred duty to return the most holy place to its rightful owner. Not him. That mistake was made by the predecessors, and we shall never make that same mistake again. We can restore the Pope in Rome, but will it turn Catholic? No? Well, I'll keep it for the time being. For the next, remind me again, do you? 6 years. In the next 6 years, Rome will be Catholic again, and then after that, we'll finally give it back to the Pope, as it rightfully deserves. Got it? Now, let's go hunting. I got bits of money to spend. This one will fetch a fine price. Yeah, we need some of that money. For, you know, the upcoming crusade and the maintenance of it thereof. The Empire is weak right now. This is our best opportunity to take Jerusalem. And Jerusalem would finally be under our control. Strike while the Empire is weak. Well, actually you may want to have that looked at while you host a feast. Well, I can contribute. I'll pledge in a moment if the Pope asks me again. You'll get my answer after this feast. Because can't keep the guests waiting. Welcome, friends. You'll get the money. You'll get my answer soon. Okay, this feast underway. Our guests are eating and drinking merrily. Duke from Muto approaches Danis here and me. This is a marvelous feast. All my compliments to those. She deserves all the credit. The fleeting gaze I received from Asturias is taken on desperate tone. A group of guests are approaching the corner he has hid all evening, and the walls are hindering his escape. To think a duke would act in such a way. I will distract the good guest. Got a weak hook on him. It's been a while since we've modified anybody's contracts. I care more about taxes than levy size, honestly. We get our levy size due to the increasing size of our empire rather than anything else. The only time I would increase levies contributions to my country is if I'm playing as a small country or a vassal of somebody's. Where's what those? Damn, I wish he was the heir, not him. Not my, son. You know what? Let's see who it is. Because he's strong and intelligent. He's not a genius, but he's pretty intelligent. I would like to raise him myself. It's a miracle. Duke Gautier is a vision from God. He ensures me that that's Goto and are divinely ordained to be friends. We should tell her about this vision. Oh yes, I was about to ask you right this very moment, Holiness. He says, it's been brought to our attention you have yet to pledge your support for the upcoming crusade. May I remind you that it is your sacred duty as a Catholic emperor to wage war against the unbelievers and infidels? My warriors are ready to fight. We're just making money. So, you got my answer right now. Well, shit. You're not married, are you? You'll do, granddaughter. I'll get you matrimonially married. Somebody that'll help you with good traits. Actually, in this case, stewardship, because Jerusalem is a pretty big land, you know? And you gotta have more intelligent children your way. So have at it. I'm willing to go to Jerusalem now. Because I'm pretty confident. Because Catholicism has been spreading as of late. Yeah, it is slowly returning back to the true faithful, but the holy sites will have to get some other time. While the Catarids have recently taken over, some of the vassals are in line, some are not pleased. I mean, he's not a military man at heart. And he's currently fighting against Byzantium for the sheikdom of Escatoran. I mean, what they're up to. I was hoping that the Shavite Hindus would be fighting against Muslims, you know, keeping them occupied, keep them distracted. Obviously, we don't have contacts with those kind of people. Not even... No. We don't know those people. And neither are the Somalians. They're not, you know... If only they kept going around and taking Mecca and Medina, that would be nice. So, it starts in November. I'm going to cut this episode short, so that way the next episode will be dedicated to the Crusade for Jerusalem. What? Well, thought we were friends. Traitor. Well, gotta find somebody else as a friend now. The Jarl of Castile. Heretic. Okay. Oh, too young. Your heir? Damn heretic. I know you got issues, but you like to be friends? So we could turn your opinion around towards me? Mid-September. Raise up the army. In Rome. Because you know how long it takes to get them all together? Raise them up in Ostia. Oh, thank you. Big money. Well, let me have a look. Oh, and as Emperor, I'm obliged to attend a local jousting tournament. But the contestants have delayed. The tourney won't start for at least another hour. Maria, the daughter of Earl Estebano Caceres. Here and now, as always, being insufferable loud. Her constant complaint is making everyone even more miserable than normal. Meanwhile, my Chancellor, Duchess Inez, is sitting under the pavilion, clearly bored halfway to death. No longer stressful, so I'll just spend some time under the pavilion. More friends are the order of the day. Okay, and stop. I'm going to be more healthy very soon. I am 80 years old and... Uh-oh, I'm ailing now. It's starting to get to me now. But I need to be more healthy. Just don't lose it. And my son is going to be on the front lines because he's one of the more competent knights. And we can't invite more knights at this time. Don't want to restore the Pope in Rome yet because Rome itself is not Catholic. If Valescu gets killed, then, well, I'm alright with that because that means it's going to go to Geraldo, who's quick but Herculean. But I would much prefer... Oh, what's his name? The one who's named after me. Can there be an Cyril II in the future? I don't know. A very young child. I don't know. Don't think about it too much. And plus, I'm not sadistic, so don't get any ideas. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we'll cut this episode short because, well, the Crusade for Jerusalem is coming up next. We will contribute a very large number of troops, even though we may have to split them into 4 army groups for the most part. And it's going to be a long way for them to get here. And too bad there's still some infighting or holy wars to restore Catholicism back to the areas like Cologne and Canterbury, which we will help them out one day. It's good to see that Catholicism is making a comeback, but the Waldensians are not giving up. They're still stubborn about that particular Christian faith which they believe of iconoclasm, negative preachers, and vows of poverty. But there's a new emperor in town. He's a dwarf, and he's busy. So he's going to be quite distracted. Oh, who could forget the less control? Yeah, all that and more in the next episode of Asturias, Hispania now. So, we will go for Jerusalem, have another shot at it, and if it fails, well then, let's help out with the Northern European situation to bring Catholicism back to the 2 holy sites. And then during the Crusade, we will get a new cultural fascination that we will get that innovation. And then after that, then I will go for the caballeros. So we can finally replace our light horsemen with those. So we hope you join us, ladies and gentlemen, because it's going to be a rather tough one. But hopefully we'll win. Until then, so long for now.